Again, hopefully it's third time lucky with Samkele Maseko, who's out in Soweto, in Chiawelo to be specific. And this, of course, where the president is expected to go and cast his ballot sometime today. So let's see if Samkele can hear us now, and hopefully all is well. Samkele, let's try this one more time just to see what you have for us in our latest crossing. Over to you, Samkele.
Well, Sakina, what we have at this point in time, the president has not yet arrived here in Chiawelo to cast his vote. We are told that when he arrives, he will start, usually when it comes to vote, he starts at his home residence where his sister resides, about a meter away from here, where the president will be going to visit and see his sister and probably make his way to the voting station with his sister to come and cast his vote. But this ward, which is Ward 11, where the president will be voting, Action SA as well has set up shop where their candidate, remember Sambo, will be contesting for this ward. As a ward candidate, next to them is the Economic Freedom Fighters, whom have also set up shop for their candidate Aliwani Nendalo, who is the EFF's candidate in this specific ward, where the President of the Republic will be voting. He will be accompanied when he comes to vote here by the provincial chairperson and premier of the province of Gauteng, David Makura. Their party, the ANC, has set up shop here as well, where they will be contesting this specific ward with their candidate. Next to them is the Democratic Alliance. There are about 5 councillor candidates in this specific ward, where the President will be voting in, which will be contested by 5 other parties and an independent candidate. But Action SA is looking at about getting 12% of the electoral vote here in Johannesburg in order for them to be kingmakers. The ANC, in the words of their president, the President of the Republic, they are looking for an outright majority, with the EFF being the kingmakers in 2016. They are also looking at making a huge dent in the electoral base here in Soweto, which has about over 2 million residents in this area. And they have said that if the people of Soweto come out and vote, they stand a great deal of having their numbers reaching just above 50%. The numbers have slightly died down in the number of queues of the people who are outside this particular voting station. Earlier on, throughout all of these chairs that my colleague Tulo Munare, which we are currently showing, there were a number of residents queuing up and sitting on these chairs. But now, one by one, they are coming out of this particular voting station as they have voted. The numbers are slightly not at the peak that they were at about 30 minutes ago when this particular voting station opened at 7 o'clock. As you can see, these 2 particular gentlemen going in now to cast their votes in this specific wards. Their IDs are now being checked as this gentleman now goes in to cast his ballot paper. Someone is already being processed. There is another gentleman going in to cast his vote in the same ward and the same voting station where the president will be voting at 10 o'clock this morning.
Well, thank you so much for that latest update from Chiawelo there, Samkele Maseko. And of course, we will be showing you quite a few of these high-profile, so-called high-profile people as they go about casting their ballots today, especially the party leaders. We saw Musiwa Lekota earlier. He's in Midrand, and Zamani Saul, provincial leader in the Northern Cape, has already cast his ballot. But let's